All right. Hello. Oh, birds aren't flapping. One moment. There we go. So, I had the pleasure of being drafted and participating on the oh my god, what's my team's name? Oh my god, the Paris Saint Greninjas in the Delta League tour, and yeah. So I'm going to review how the tour went. At least my games, and yeah, let's get into it. So this is my first opponent, Noel, nice guy, and this is me. Now, fun thing about this team is this was made in part with inspiration from a draft league team I had, and the fun thing about this team is it has choice specs Gastrodon, which with its good stabs of water and ground, it's great coverage. It gets ice beam, like most water types, but also gets sludge wave for Clefable, and with its ability Storm Drain, giving it a water immunity and a special attack boost. This thing can take a water move, which you'll see a lot with Scalds and such, and suddenly you have like a 700 special attack demon, and the rest of the team is pretty standard, I'd say. But let's just see how this went. Oh, yeah, I'll go normal speed. Look at that, predicted, amazing. So I go for the skulls here, and with that damage, I couldn't help but notice that it probably wasn't going to be able to a KO because that was a very Spadef Clefable. Oh, interestingly enough, there was a talk before the game with my manager about making a Gastrodon a different spread, and spent like I think like 20 minutes or so on that, and then it ended up not mattering. So anyway, my opponent gets rocks up. I go for another Scald, and yeah, it's not going to really make any progress here. I don't want to risk a knockoff, but I know he probably wouldn't want to risk getting trapped. If I could land my moves, of course, which my Pokemon so far have not been well trained in this game. Okay, we just knock each other's turns off. I win the speed tie. I think it's the speed tie. Maybe he's even slower. I don't even know. Oh, Colbur Berry though. That's like the one spicy thing I got on here. And you can just put the rocks back up. Frustrating. I think he knocks off for U-turns. Knock off, yeah. I think I scout for the I think this goes for U-turn here, yeah. Smart. Okay. My opponent's pretty good. He's playing this well. This Garchomp's a real pain. Let's see. Does not to a KO. Look at that damage, guys. The choice backs Gastrodon. Nope, and I'm not dead yet. Okay, this was a really funny interaction. So I freeze him. So the only way he can guarantee thaw out is if he goes for Scald, which would also power me up. But I'm not going to be able to beat that 1v1. So I ultimately decided to just go into Heat Train and get rocks up. Oh no, I'm sorry. I go Latias for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh wait, yeah, I do because Scald would kill me or do a lot of damage. I think I defog again. Sack my Latias. Unfortunate. All right, Go for the magma. Or sorry, toxic. Missed that as well. I remember getting really annoyed at that. Okay, I hit it this time, but yeah. All right. I trap the Slowbro, quote unquote, and yeah, it's not the best trap, I gotta say. He's paralyzed me. He's slacking off. You know, I'm here, but I don't get parry yet, at least, so that's nice. But I think he gets out of his Magma Storm trap soon. No, yeah, okay, now I get paralyzed. This game was, what was it? March 23rd. Jeez, took us about like 2 months to finish the tour. All right, now this is his mega for sure because we see nothing else. It could be. Very good play. Excuse me. No one expects a scarf Garchomp, but he he did. He's a very good player. I talked to him prior to our match. Nice young man. All right, finally got my rocks up, but he gets his spikes up. I don't think. Yeah, I don't hit. It's amazing how many things I don't hit this game. All right, so he goes for the refresher, I believe. I knew he was gonna switch out, but at the same time, Latios could just kind of win on the spot, so I didn't want that to happen. Nice crit, and he goes back into the Latios. I double. He only has stored power, which doesn't do enough, and I almost kill it, but I get the freeze. So some hacks, but honestly, I was getting very unlucky, so I didn't really feel too bad. So the astronaut actually did put in work. I think he wins. Oh, okay, I guess he's slower then. What do I go for here? Knock. Okay. Can I just die here? Okay. What do I do now? It's been so long, guys. I don't remember. Yeah, this another miss. Just why not? Uh, so he's sacking the Slowbro here, which confused me at the time. Or maybe it's just really double, like extra predict. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was sacking that on purpose. Yeah, because he has this. So I'm forced to basically do that. I basically just do this until I can get it. We can, yeah. So one nice thing about it being Spadef is that it will pretty much guarantee die to a scissor. Now, what I should have done here was not go directly into scissor. I should have went into Heatran. And you're gonna find out why in a sec. Because Heatran here was a sack, but like I don't really need sacks at this point, and I'm trying to late game with scissor. So he finally gets the leech off. So the frustrating thing is, so plus 6 is doing not that much. And it does not kill, sadly. And then with the leech seed, I actually lose. I was very, very surprised. I thought I had it. So I lose the first game. Do I make up for it? Let's find out. So this is game two. This is a elimination game for me. And fun fact, I actually made this team like 10 minutes before the game. And I had a very funny idea I'll tell you about later. So I was expecting a Ferrothorn thing, but he got me, or he thinks he got me. But I'm mega slow, bro. And then I go for the crit burn scald. It's like all my luck from last game came back, or came into this game. Get my rocks up. And I have my Breland. So he's terrified. I go for Spore. Now I get a little greedy on him. Actually, I get very greedy on him. Now I could have just lost right here, but I don't. Instead, dead. So two of his threats are crippled. The Weavile and the not crippled. Medicham's dead. And the Talonflame burns me, but it's okay because there we go. Now I know I can live this. And now he's slow. Even if I'm burned, Rockslide will do a lot. Can use Brave Bird too, so it's extra chip. The funny thing is now, Crawdon's faster. Okay, he goes Seismitoad. I don't really care. Look at this. Look, guys, look at this. Just look how much damage it does. This is not banded. This is not like black glasses. That's just Crawdon. He goes on that again. Again, I don't care. And look, I just want to show you how low that does. Like, Crawdon's special defense is awful. But in this case, I'm holding an assault vest. And he only had one like special attacker, which is really funny. Very physically oriented team. So it did its job. Got rid of that, and now I can basically win. It's very cute. He's getting spikes up. I'm not leaving. I'm at +4 now. Talonflame is at nothing. Yeah. So this is like my favorite Breland set. I don't always use it though. But I do like Breland a lot. Yeah, I'll get another one up just in case. And he doesn't even have Yodo Ball, so like there's like no way he could have won this. I mean, also I had like Zapdos, so there you go. So I live to play another day. So the last game. So this one was funny. I brought a Lantern in game 3, and this is my Mega Latias team. It's a team I used in my first tournament, and I won, but I made some changes to the team because I didn't like certain matchups. Lantern was actually in both versions. And a funny thing is, Lantern with Water Absorb completely counters Mono, Scald, Calm Mind, whatever, Suicune. So he thought my opponent thought, like, asked me afterwards if I was counter teaming him, and I said, "Nah, I just wanted to use Lantern." So let's see what happens. Now I immediately forgot that I'm not Volt Absorb. And I realized, oh wait, why am I putting so much damage on this? I did not play the early turns well. That's okay. What do I do here? Oh, I soft boil. I think what do I even do? I wisp him. Okay. Alright, so Mew did not do what I needed it to, but that's okay. The funny thing is, he didn't really have much great switch-ins for Weavile. Like, when Weavile is your best switch in the Weavile, it's not that great. No, he doubles. Gives me Kofag, basically. And I don't care if I'm Mummy. Like, I'm Weavile. I don't really have an ability. It was on 1%. And then he wins the speed tie, sadly. But not that serious. So I basically get like 2 kills right away to make up for the early game struggles. Goes Lopunny. I go, I must go. He gets his rocks up, and I get my Heat Wave crit. Did I apologize? I did not. Get some chip on the Thundy. And then I go for Defog here, I believe. Yep. Yeah, Thunder is actually like the biggest thing that scared me this game. Alright. Now I go into my Cobalion. Yeah, I possibly got some good fortune there. Do I live? I do not live a high jump kick from Lopunny. I actually wasn't sure. I didn't calc. I don't really think I calced much this tournament at all. Spoiler alert. Okay. Alright. I see it's doing a decent chunk. I'm like, I don't want to let him beat me with like a crit. So I just kill him. And he can't really do anything against this. Yeah. So he just had the weakened Kofag. Suicune basically lost to this. And yeah. So after losing the first game, I win the next 2. And yeah. Um so I guess just to talk about it a little bit. Um yeah, sometimes things go your way. You know, like when people play tours, for those who don't know, typically there'll be like a body of work if it's a person that's been around a while. And for me, if people scout me, they probably see that, oh, this guy uses a bunch of like random stuff and he doesn't like hazard removal. I think that's probably like what the old scout used to say. But now I actually started adding more hazard removal to my teams, just so that the only thing they could say about me is that I just use a bunch of seemingly random stuff. So, yeah, if your opponent doesn't know what you're going to do, I feel like that's a really great. It's a really great advantage. It's served me well so far in this first match. All right, I'm gonna stop the video here, and then I'll get the next one. All right, we're back with the second match. So I won the first match, 2-1. After losing game 1, then won the next 2, and now we have my opponent Geozer. I don't know how to say the name. I brought double dragon team. Look, I even have Starmie. Like I'm on that's almost only just used for hazard removal. And my opponent has a very standard looking team. You got Excadrill, you got Metagross, Lando, Torn, Rotom, Clef. Like nothing crazy here. So let's just see what happens. So I lead with this, and he leads with that. I want some chip. And then I go for a Moonblast. I was very surprised he got. Let me just like weaken the Metagross a little bit. That was very strange to me. Paralyzes Clef. Neat. Going on Clef. I think I get rocks up. Oh no, I don't. It's attack. And there we go. So that was actually really nice because I had a lot of things that did not like Lando. I think he switches out. No, he doesn't. I was very surprised by this. And then he just stays in to poop. So I think get more chip off on him. And I think after the third one, and I see Bullet Punch, I assume it's going to be an L. But thankfully, full para kicked in, and I get to keep playing. I mean, he played his Metagross like he thought it would just win on the spot, so he was very careless with it. I was very scared at this point. And they get a crit. I get very fortunate this game. And I think he gets full parrot again. Yeah, I don't blame him. I got a bit lucky that game, but he also played like he could have played better. I felt like he was super confident in his Metagross, just cleaning up. That he didn't really consider that. What if something goes wrong? Like he got full parrot or what have you. I also had like the Levi on the back. I still have my Garchomp, so I wasn't afraid of his Escadrille. So we'll never know. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, this is game two. Game two. So now he's got a very HO team with the lead Aerodactyl. That's been like a relatively recent development in ORAS, which is very interesting. Feels like a Gen 4 thing. It's very funny to me. And they got Metagross again. They got the Cloyster, the Volcarona, Belly Dramazu, and not sure what kind of Garchomp that is, to be honest. Forgot. And I have a team with Mega Gardevoir. I actually don't remember this team that well, to be honest. Like, I can't tell you why I picked this team. Yeah, I really don't remember this one that much. So let's just see what happens. Does Geozer get his revenge? Let's see. I'm not sure why he taunts me. I'm just gonna attack him. I'm not gonna T-wave anything. I don't really care. Did some nice chip on the Volcarona. I think I just die here. Yeah, a Life Orb. Whoo boy. Does it hit? I think I go for... Oh, I just go for knock. Wow. Go for knock here too. Get rid of that Focus Sash. And then that's it, dude. So he gave me a lot of Mons for free. I didn't want to give him a free pup. Now, assuming this was pup, I go for... I stay in. Because I knew power up pup... Yeah. I knew pup wouldn't kill me. I knew he couldn't poop me to death. I want to get rid of the T-spikes in case I needed to be clear. Now, fun fact. This is not the Talonflame I usually run. You'll see why. Because it's a choice banded Talonflame. So I just get rid of that. It just blanks it. And to make up for like some of the good luck, I guess last game, he crits me here. That crit would not have killed because he was not Life Orb. I'm guessing he was Lum, potentially. but he was not Life Orb. He was probably Jolly. So I'm pretty sure that crit almost definitely mattered. Now I'm not sure what happened here. I don't know what. I think he thought I was gonna like wisp him for some reason. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what happened there. But then he goes for, I think, Billy Drum here, which, yeah. So I'm not sure what happened here at the end game. I think this was a very winnable game for them. But, I did what I had to do, and I won. They didn't even go for a Aqua Jet crit, which I don't think would have mattered anyway. But, yeah. So this one was a lot less, I felt like it was a lot less serious, kind of silly. But that was my second matchup, and it went well for me. So I'm currently 2-0 at this point. Let's see if my streak continues. All right, this is my third match. It's against Board Sakuna. Keep that name in mind. So, this team has a Gengar on it, which again, this was what? This is April 13th. So a little over a month ago. I don't remember why there's a Gengar here, what the plan was. But let's just watch. Oh, my opponent has a Charizard and other fun stuff. Let's see what they do. I think did I go for T-Wave? I do go for T-Wave. I get Rocks up? Nope. Got Lando. Okay. This is like it's no. It's a what am I saying? It's Rocky Helmet Slowbro, I believe. Based on having no item and that being definitely, yeah, okay. Can I get my rocks up now? Oh no, I just go for knock. Amazing switching for me. No, he just doesn't know what my set is. It's so funny seeing like Clef like slowly whittle down the Heatran. Let's see. Is Rocky Helmet? No. Basically, Saphir's dead. Do so much. And I'm overheat Heatran. That's also scarfed in the sun with flash fire. Very funny. Can you just go for a knock here? Oh no. Go for a moon. That's okay. My Landoris is in. Do I U-turn or I Earthquake? Oh, I do Earthquake. Okay. That was a crit, folks. That was a crit. Very defensive slow row, it looks like. And I knock off the Excadrill, so it's not going to get any health. It's not going to get any more health. It'll only lose health. So it knocks me off, but guess what? I don't really care that much. Can I go Breloom? Breloom just kind of wins here. Yeah, Breloom goes kind of stupid. I could have went for Spore there too. That's good I didn't, though. There was no reason to. Yeah. So it's actually a 6-0. Half my team didn't even have to come out. Okay, well, two of my members didn't even come out. That's why I don't remember them too much. All right. Surely I just win from here. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, now we have a team with Mega Aggron. And the whole idea with this team is uh, transport Mega Aggron. It's Rest, Sleep Talk, Curse, Heavy Slam. And a curse, it gets like stupidly bulky, and with heavy slam, it's so big, and it hits really hard. Things that aren't resisted, and even things that are resisted after a while. And then we got some lobs and Diggersby just for wall breaking. And let me just make this one fast. I'm gonna skip turns. Okay, yeah, because my opponent brought stall. Now, unfortunately, that T spike there is an issue. It's actually a big issue, and the Venusaur is arguably the biggest issue for most of my team, besides the crit. It's annoying. Yeah, that earthquake was nice, but it's whatever. Fortunately, due to Sludge Bomb was still doing like a butt ton even at -1. And they had a knockoff too, so I'm not even getting like passive recovery when I come in. So yeah. I'm gonna go wait till we get to the Chansey. Let's see. I think he misses his Wisp here. And the Heat Wave is doing a little too much. Yeah, look at that. It's a 3 KO. Like I can't deal with that. And rest again. Maybe could stall him out of Heat Waves, but no. Okay, hold on. This is why I think where it gets worse. Yeah, the wish. The wish was very unfortunate. So after the wish, this looked like an L to me, but I wanted to play it out just in case, because there was still a chance that Aggron could have, you know, got away with one. Especially since even with Escadrille's mold breaker going through the filter, it's still like super fat. So let's go to turn 100. Okay, so I lost my superior. I think I was already lost. I don't remember. So I'm just kind of shuffling around, and I keep skipping turns. Skip until somebody dies. Skip. I think it's Clef's next. Or it's Slowbro. I forget. Not really making any progress here. Yeah. Okay, so I lose the Clef. I lose the Diggersby. Kind of going all in with the Aggron here. So the hope for misses. No crits. And I don't get it, sadly. And I think I'm too weak to yeah. Okay, so I lose the second game. See what happens in game 3. Do I make it up? So we both have T-Tars. We both have Drills. And we both have Tornaduses. And we even both have Slowbros. Very similar team, like Mon-wise. Except he has a Terrakion. I got a Garchomp. He has a Mungus. And I have another Uniclus. So Uniclus on this team was supposed to be the win con. Let's see how it plays out. So I lead with it. Hoping they were going to lead with a Tyranitar. Oh, excuse me. He spores me. Very unfortunate. And he stun swords me. Even more unfortunate, he's a double status Amogus. You hate to see it. I am Mega T-Tar on this team. And unfortunately, I don't see why that's not great. Well, I'm sorry. My coverage isn't great. I believe I'm like is it Stone Edge or Rock Slide, Crunch, and Fire Punch? And Tornadus does not care about any of those. So very unfortunate. If I had just like a superpower or earthquake, even it would have been okay. But sadly, that was not the case. I have a Colbur Berry. He drops my attack though, which is really unfortunate. But I call him back. Fortunately, my defense got lowered, so now I got to switch out, which really sucks because I could have potentially just won from there. Hey, what I sack here? I don't sack anything. Everybody goes home. Just kidding. I think I sacked the Tornadus here. Yeah. Okay. So now I go guard jump, get my rocks up. He's gonna spin. Oh no, sorry. He's gonna earthquake. I don't have a great switch in, so sadly I have to. Just kidding. I have my Excadrill. Should have done was not what I did here. Should have went for Ironhead. I could have afforded to go for Ironhead. If I did that, the Tornadus would have been gone. And one less thing to get in the way of a earthquake. And it's leftover 2 Terrakion, which is so annoying. It's actually very frustrating. It actually makes me want to like experiment with this a little bit because it gets the boost, the special defense from the sand. Its typing means it gets more HP coming in. Then, no, sorry, wait, no, it gets it doesn't. It's not like Excadrill where it takes like 3% on rocks, but still, it's solid typing at least in that way. All right, so try to weaken the Amogus a bit, but that spore is very very annoying. I think I try to go forward here. Sadly, I do not kill, and he kills me. I probably should have. I would have sacked the Tyranitar, but then he would have had the speed boost, and then I would just lose faster. Did I Ironhead here? I did. Okay, I learned my lesson the first time. Unfortunately, it's probably too little, too late. The Terrakion, surprisingly, is such a problem. Like his regenerator core is just too strong. It's too strong. I don't know. And he paralyzed my Garchomp, which severely limits its usefulness, sadly. I think he T-ways me, or oh, no, he slacks off. Okay, I think he T-ways me now. Something for a burn there. Don't get it, of course. He goes for close combat again. How did he have at this point? Yeah, like 5. I don't think I was able to stall off 5 for what I had left. Mm, why did I do that? I should have just ice beamed. But you probably was switched out anyway. It's a slow bro, so it really didn't matter too much, if at all. I had to stay in and myself get sacked. Pretty sure. Yep. All right, slow bro's down. All I have left is a Tyranitar that can't touch his Terrakion. And he paralyzed. Oh, he puts in sleep. Excuse me. So the odds are even worse. It's it's really amazing, like how good the Terrakion was into me, especially once I lost Uniclus. And I had to ice beam here, ice scalds, and I get paralyzed anyway. So it didn't matter though. Did not matter. 2%. Did not even. I don't have it. So this is my first loss. So at this point, I only have a 2-1. I didn't feel too bad because our team did not do well this week. This was like the one week everyone forgot how to play. But I was very disappointed after winning the first game and then dropping the next two. Partially, I feel like my teams weren't up to snuff. But also, I think it was also just not the best matchups either. So what can you do besides complain? All right, now is the third match. Let's go to the next one. See if I reverse my fortune. All right. Hold on. Bird team flapping. Okay, now it should be flapping. So now we have Dr. Sandile as my fourth match opponent. And he brought some funky stuff too. I'm sure that they know I bring funky stuff, so I'm glad they did too. So I have a Tyrantrum as my funk. But he got Mega Beedrill, Mean Chow. Incredible. Let's see whose funk is the funkiest. So he leads Mean Chow. I lead Garchomp. I get a crit Earthquake. That probably mattered. So I say sorry. Okay, we see the Beedrill. I do a butt ton. Excuse me. So he's U-turning out. He's got me in the vortex, but like now I have the Amoonguss Slowbro core, but I don't go into it every time. Oh, I see what this is. Okay, it does not look like spectacles damaged. And he lets me paralyze him, which I thought was very interesting. Does he burn me here? No, he does not. Very unfortunate he didn't burn me there. He stays in for some reason. And he gives me Tornadus. I didn't really understand that. He had a perfectly good Tangrowth here. That does nothing. Let's go Slowbro, taking these steam eruptions. He does finally burn me. Say finally, it's only, I think, a second steam, but still. Alright, so I see it's definitely not Spadef. It's a very bulky Excadrill. He gets his rocks up. And then I get the critical burn here. And then Garchomp spin. And then look at, I didn't notice this until later because I always have the chat off. Didn't know it worked like that. My opponent did not know the mechanics. That's always fun. So he sacked his Excadrill for nothing. Beautiful. So now he's got to live with the rocks. He has 2 Rock League Pokemon. I have 2 Regenerator. Yeah, 2 Regenerator Mons. Really, I have all my Mons. So. Oh, that 1%. I just go for anything here. Yep, so I do go for a Giga Drain. I was sacking this, so I didn't really mind if he killed me, but sadly for him, he does not get the opportunity. So his Volcanion goes down. Okay, now I try to go Tarantrum. Unfortunately, instead of just attacking, I go for a Home Claws to make sure I don't miss my Head Smash. Sadly, that didn't really work out for me. So I think I do lose 1 Mon here. But that's okay. I can just go Talonflame. And then he gives it to me, which is nice of him. And then, yep, win game 1 against Dr. Sandile. I wish I just attacked. Just to, it would have been funny. Or if he stayed asleep another turn early. Another turn longer. But it's alright. Okay, game 2. Does Dr. Sandile make a comeback? I don't know. Let's find out. So they have actually some fun stuff. They have a Kyurem Black. They have Azu. Double Fairy, actually, with Clefable. And, there's a lot of mons I like to use. So that's cool. And I have one of my favorite teams I like to use. I made this for my friend Lemon. Small Lemon. Big Heart. Big Tall. And let's see what happens. So I go into my Clef to start. Get this Attack Drop. Get the T-Wave off. This is screaming like Bandit to me. So I paralyze it. And Azu did actually nothing, pretty much. My Clef's a little weakened, but it's okay. I have Zapdos here. I can pivot in with my Clef. I can also heal up. I don't really care. One that's healthy. And he goes into probably his own Clef, yeah. And I get the T-Wave off. I go Zipdos. He goes his own Zapdos. But I can just defog. Gets a crit there. A little unfortunate, but he goes into Clefable, so very passive play on his part. I think I try to stay healthy here. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion this is a spicy Garchomp, and I was correct. It's really funny how often this happens. I'm not sure why this always happens. Where when I use this team, I'm facing an opposing Garchomp and they're sub and SD, and then they Yeah. So I'm trying to get ready for the rocks, but then he predicts that. I'm like, oh, okay. But okay, wait, hold on. So I noticed that he was lefties, and I had a good suspicion that I was gonna live. So that's why I did this play. And I'm not sure why he subbed up. Tell me why. Actually, Metagross gets rid of it. And a Garchomp. I'm not afraid to use it. Get my rocks up finally. Look at that. That's how I know he wasn't adamant. Mine, no SD. Did 69. And now he's weakened, and now I could just pop. He's pup, but the pup doesn't really matter because I can just volt switch out and go T-Flame. I guess Brave. Go Azu. What did I go? Oh, it just kills me. Wow. Crazy. Then there was a little unfortunate. I'm sorry, if I missed, it would have been unfortunate. But thankfully, I don't miss. I can just revenge kill. So I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I win. Boop. And 2-0. Making up for the last week. I think this was like this early in the week. I don't remember. I kind of set the tone for the week, so I was happy that I made up for the previous loss. Halo's team. Okay, so that was the fourth match. Let's see how one's in. All right, so I failed to mention that I believe the last match was the semis. Now we're in the finals. And let me tell you a little bit about this. So, Devin was not supposed to be my original opponent. My original opponent was upset that I was running a little late. I'm not gonna lie, it was my fault. I'm awful with time zone conversion, and I thought I had like another hour, but I didn't. And he was very impatient, even though I don't think it had anything to do because I think he's a literal child. But you know, it's whatever. So anyway, he subbed out right when I got home, and I had to play Devin with like 10 minutes of prep, if even that. So here's a team I brought, which you may recognize if you see my recent Asmer video. So the whole idea of this team was having a bunch of pivoting options, and then having a ghost type that can put up rocks. And I believe Golurk is the only one that does that. And Golurk has some cool things it can do, namely the no guard dynamic punch. Alright, so let's see what happens in game 1. So Landorus Excadrill, typically a good matchup for Landorus. Okay, so that first turn, the game could have went very differently had I gotten static, but you know. He toxics me. Get my rocks up. And then I just toxic him back. It's like, okay, cool. No problem. Hydreigon. I do not get the kill, sadly. I could have went into my Golurk earlier. I did not. It's alright though. Volcanion should outspeed me. I really only have High Dragon for this. He sacks his Excadrill. Reason why I went for Draco there. Forget, you know. Yeah, just roost up. Yep. Okay, now I sack. No, I don't sack. Sorry, I go High Dragon. I want to use sub. Does not get the poison. He goes Weavile. I'm not sure what he gets damage on the Weavile for. I mean, Weavile was not really a threat, but it's a strange play for him, at least in my opinion. Is for Shadow Ball here? Kill me? Or is it? Yeah. I think I go for rocks. No, I double. Genius. Okay. Knockoff. Just in case. Oh, and he misses the steam. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it. Get the drain off. I think he roosts here. He doesn't. Alright, parting anyway. Go Zam. Gets a nice chip. 69, nice. Double nice. This is a focus miss. Yeah, go for yeah, let's just go for the rock slide here. What do I do here? I forget. Oh, I stay in. I get the flinch. Even though I get the flinch, I'm a bit bulkier than the average Lando, a Scarf Lando. And at this point, I could just kind of Earthquake for free. He doesn't really have anything. Okay, Runner Wash. Not very necessary. He goes for Outrage here. I see that. I just go for U-turn, I believe. And then I just, yeah, U-turn again. BP twice. Doesn't freeze me. And we get the win! A 4-0 win! Using Pangoro and Golurk. Simply incredible. Does Ziffin make it a... Does he make a comeback? Let's see. So now we got... I didn't appreciate this at the time. We got double bunnies. We got Lopunny and Diggersby. Which is cool. Plus some annoying stuff. Skarmory, Jellicent, Bisharp, Thundurus. And look at that. It's my go-to team again. Alright. My bird beats his bird. But, actually, he's faster than me. So this tells me this is a, like an HO type of Skarmory. Which is less annoying. He goes for Custap Taunt, which is strange to me. I feel like you just go for Spikes there. Because you can always, like, outspeed me anyway next turn. Alright, Diggersby put me in a bit of a awkward situation here. I go for here? Bullet Punch. I popped the balloon. It's very interesting to me he has a balloon on that. And now I can just defog. But I don't, because... Oh, one, I was weakened. And two, like, Bisharp was very obvious there. I get out. Rock stay up, but it's fine. I don't really care. And let's see. Oops, sorry, I was like spacing out. Come back a bit. Yeah, so I got the wrist sharp. Have the sack. Have the sack for later, need be. Which could be nice. I want damage on this Diggersby. I would have preferred it if I didn't take so much damage on that, but it's okay. Metagross. So we see he probably would have, I don't know how fast he was, to be honest. I'm not sure. Let's see. He burns me here. He's gonna taunt. Go guard chomp here. You think? So I knew he thought he would live, but he doesn't. Okay, there's one chip, and I get it. And a chip on the Lopunny. Very surprised he did not go for quick attack again. That's kind of a choke on his part. So I should have lost this game probably. Oops, I didn't mean to go back to the first turn. Darn it. Yeah, so he should have just went for 2 quick attacks. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. But because I'm Sharpeak, I still kill even though it's resisted. Because Sharpeak Adamant Talonflame is ridiculous. So he kind of choked there at the end there. Yeah. But he played really well besides that. I mean, the team worked really well. Did not expect it to be, what do you call it? I expected him to go as hard into, Thunderous, but he didn't do that. I guess he expected me to go into Clefable for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it ended up working out somehow. So, with this, I thought this was my last game. My last game for the tour. But little did I know, there would be more in store for me. Little did I know. Little did I know. Whoop. There we go. Alright. So, but wait, there's more. So because the finals ended 6 games to 6, there had to be a tiebreaker. And I was chosen to be one of the 3 players on our team to play in the tiebreaker. I guess due to my record, which I believe was 4-1 at the time. So here's the first game. Now I'm playing Lord Conan, who I think he had a different name before, but this was the one guy I lost to earlier. So he's got pretty scary team. He's got double ice, which you don't see every day. He's got Excadrill. He's got Metagross. He's got like a bunch of like fat scary things. So, and I got my own Kyurem, and then I got like my own Turok, Raikou, and you know, yeah. Let's see what happens. He said good luck. Never see that. Okay. So I don't leave the greatest, and he turns out on me. He goes Metagross. Unfortunately, I am not a Life Orb Earth Power one, so yeah, he stays in, which I thought was very strange. What I should have done was just go for Scald Burn. But I didn't do that. Someone for a miss there. I don't get it, sadly. So, last goes down, didn't do anything. Go Raikou. Volt Switch off. Go Heatran. I crit Zen Head with a butt ton, but it was gonna die anyway. Now he's +3. I give him Cure in Black. And now he's going to go for the Bullet Punch, which I know he has. And I'll go for the Aura Sphere. That's right, I have Aura Sphere, that's why I'm shiny. I have Terrakion. I go for a Stone Edge here, I believe. Get a nice crit. Go for another one. I kind of had to, I really had no other choice. Okay. He goes for HP Grass. Fortunately, looks like he's Specs if he's going for HP Grass. Maybe some of the damage as well. Gives me this. And he is actually Scarf Kyurem, sadly. So unfortunately, I needed him to be confused, but it doesn't happen that way, sadly. So I tried my best here, folks, but you can see it's not gonna work out. I think he hits himself confusion. This is dead. He could just go into his Volcanion and easily live this. That's amazing how little damage it did. Was that like AV? I actually don't know. So it's not a good start for our hero. Yeah, I felt like kind of like maybe I should have brought a better team game one, but honestly, I think I just didn't play around the Metagross well enough, or have a great answer for that. Like honestly, the initial spread I had, or initial set I had, probably would have been better. Or just going for Scalds, maybe getting a burn, or just getting some damage on it. You know, maybe I could have had another sack. Who knows? Okay, then I go to game 2. So game 2, see HO. And I bring one of my favorite teams I make, which I very rarely use. It's got Mega Pinsir, it's got Empoleon, Breloom, Regalgy. Some of my favorites. Let's see how it does. Alright, once again, I don't really lead well, sadly. But at least I get the poison. Okay, easy prediction. Very surprised by that taunt, to be honest. Very surprised by that taunt. So now I'm just kind of delaying his screens, so I intentionally go for that there, though I probably could have attacked as well. Maybe that'll come to play later. Look how little that does. I get rid of Superior, which is nice. And a fee. So now I can defog. And I can also Toxic. Now I predict him to go for another Tail Blow on my Protect, so why waste a turn doing that? And I could just do this. Okay, I think he overprotects me here. Yeah. I just barely lived. God, I'm playing such a champ. And the reason why I did that was so I can get a mega off with Pincer and revenge kill. And I do. Now, here's my big misplay. He was Sash. And that kills me. Oh my god. Yeah, so... Still okay. Not ideal, but, you know... It's okay. Fortunately, he is a HP ground Corona, and I am not out of range. And I think oh, I do hit. Okay. Get a little chippies off on that. Very strange turn by him. Alright. Get my rocks up. I was very scared. I live. Just barely. He gets chip on the Gyarados. And I'm sorry, I'm not talking. Even watching this, it's like I was like so on edge. Thankfully, like he healing wishes, but it yeah, I don't know what that was. And I flinch him, but oh no, I don't flinch him. I'm sorry, but I get the 2 KO, and I had Mach Punch in my Breland. You already know. So I force a game 3. So against the one person that beat me. Let's see what happened. Alright, now, the last game. I bring back the same team. Let's see how it goes. So my opponent has what I thought would be screens, and it looked very annoying. But at the same time, I felt pretty confident going into this one. For some reason, because you know this is like my my go-to teams. I've used it a lot. I feel good about it, and you know, I just felt pretty good. So let's see what happens. So again, I lead badly, and I was afraid this was like HP Rock, but thankfully it doesn't appear to be the case because he switched out. He goes this, and guys, you won't believe it. You won't believe it, guys. Substitute. NSD. Whereas I have Encore. I don't know why this always happens. It's very funny to me. Get my Mega off. Do a butt ton. I scout for the glare. Get some nice chip on the Thunderous. Get him out of there. Gets his rocks up, I get mine. And I get some nice chip on the Manify. So, go back into Metagross. Take a paltry 14% from the Ice Beam. Show a little Zen. So, the reason why I did that was because a lot of people run Poop these days. So they don't actually run like Earthquake or anything. Or Hammer Arm. So, I assumed he would assume that. And I had a feeling he would want to get rid of rocks. I just had that feeling. So, stay in and get like all that chip. the earthquake. And then I sand again. So I figured, for some reason, I thought he was more defensive, and I would live anyway. But just in case, I switch now, I believe. Yeah, I wasn't that crazy. Okay, so his Manaphy is not really a threat. Yeah. Because any setup, I didn't kill. I would just Volt Switch into try Metagross that turn anyway. Okay, knock off here. Crit didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, T-Move is a little annoying. It's okay though. I got the poop myself. It just was on a different mon. Okay, I feel really good at this point. Really good. And then when I do this, even better. I feel so good, guys. I feel so good. So he's got 3 mons left. I got 5. Get extra chip on this. I'm really not worried about it. He goes for SD, but I know he's missing something. So he probably stabs in SD, not a Rockhead. I'm sorry, Rock Slide, excuse me. Gets a crit, but not the flinch, so I get to get the rocks off. And he kills me here, but I get the rough skin damage on that. And with the defog, I'm sure I don't miss my Zen headbutt. I go for a bullet punch here, hoping to kill. I do not kill, sadly, but he doesn't get screens up. And he goes for the nasty pot, and I break free. And I win. And yeah, so I had the last game, I had the last match, and I won for my team. Somehow I knew it was going to come down to this. And overall, I went 5-1 in the tour, and I won the most important game, the most important match at the end. I remember, first playing, quote unquote, competitively, almost 10 years ago. I remember like every day in the summer, pretty much, I played Pokemon Showdown, ORAS. This is like the tail end of ORAS. This is like summer 2016, and just playing every day. And I didn't do that amazing. Really, I didn't do amazing at all. I had like a pretty mediocre win rate, but considering I came from nothing, that was pretty good for me. Anyway, then I keep playing. I stop for a while. I come back. During the pandemic, I play a guy on the ladder. He asked me to help him get better, and then we run into Faded Keys. He invites me to his server, and I befriend him and Anvil Head, who is my good friend and also one of the managers on our team here. And those guys believed in me before I even did. And yeah, this is a long time coming. This isn't my first tour, but this is definitely my best, easily, because we never won the finals, and I never. Well, the first tour, it was a tiebreaker, and I lost that one, sadly. Oh, sorry, it was a tiebreaker to get to the finals. We tied in the semifinals, and at that time, I think it was it was best of one, and I lost my game, and I didn't feel too good about it. And then there were other tours later, and varying degrees of success, personally, but we never made it this far. The first time we made it to the finals, and This is the most important game I ever played, and against the one guy that beat me. Like it seemed like a like someone wrote it. So it was nice. Like this only happened last night. I'm so incredibly happy. That I was able to win and you know make my team happy and all that good stuff. So that's really it. I think the only thing I want to say to somebody if they're trying to get into Pokemon, really anything, you're probably going to lose a lot, or you're probably going to fail a lot. But you keep playing, and you find your own path because there's more than one way to to be successful. Uh, I definitely play and think about the game very differently than many other people. Uh, I guess I'm one of those people that thinks that a lot of games are won in the team builder, and team building's always been uh, my favorite aspect of Pokemon. Like I love making teams. I love testing them out and seeing if there's like some untapped potential in certain Pokemon, or there's like some set or move that hasn't been given the proper uh, amount of respect and seeing it put in work. So yeah, and if you enjoy it, the failures don't really get to you usually. So I think once you stop getting as frustrated with every little bit of hacks, when you start enjoying the game just for what it is, um, when you are able to slow things down, and not get on tilt, I guess, then you won't always win, because it's Pokemon. But as you keep going, you'll find that you'll be winning more frequently. You'll be doing better, and yeah, yeah. So that's really it. Hope you enjoyed. I'll make this one long mega video probably because I feel like anybody that's going to want to watch this probably want to see the whole thing at once. Just kidding. I'm just lazy. I don't feel like splitting it up into 6 videos. Anyways, that's it, folks. Toodaloo. Take care. See you again next time. Oh my god, I'm trying to close the video. There we go.